What if I told you that everything you thought you knew about the moon was completely wrong? What if the bright, beautiful object that lights up our night sky is hiding secrets so incredible that they could change everything we understand about our place in the universe? Today, we're diving deep into the shocking warnings from world-renowned physicist Dr. Michio Kaku about our mysterious moon. And trust me, you're going to sit down for this one. You see, most of us look up at the moon and think we know what we're seeing. It's just a big rock floating around Earth, right? Something that formed billions of years ago and has been our quiet companion ever since. But Dr. Kaku, one of the smartest people on our planet and a leading expert in theoretical physics, is telling us something completely different. He's warning us that the moon is far stranger, far more mysterious, and far more important than we ever imagined. Let me start by asking you something that might sound crazy at first. Have you ever really looked at the moon and wondered why it's so perfect? I mean really perfect. The moon is exactly the right size and exactly the right distance from Earth to create perfect solar eclipses. When the moon passes between Earth and Sun, it covers the sun so perfectly that we can see the sun's corona, those beautiful flames dancing around the edges. This is something that basically never happens anywhere else in the universe. It's like someone placed the moon there on purpose, with mathematical precision. Dr. Kaku points out that this is just the beginning of the moon's mysteries. The chances of this happening by accident are so incredibly small that it's almost impossible. Imagine trying to throw a basketball from a mile away and landing it perfectly in a tiny cup. That's how unlikely this perfect size and distance relationship should be. Yet here we are, living on the one planet in the universe where this happens. Coincidence? Dr. Kaku doesn't think so. But wait, it gets even stranger. The moon is moving away from Earth, but very, very slowly. Every year, our moon drifts about 1.5 inches further into space. Now, that might not sound like much, but think about what this means. Billions of years ago, the moon was much closer to Earth. If you could travel back in time, you'd see a moon that looked absolutely massive in the sky, maybe 10 times bigger than what we see today. The tides would have been enormous, creating waves that could be hundreds of feet tall. The days would have been much shorter, too, maybe only 6 hours long, because the moon's gravity was pulling on Earth so strongly. This is where Dr. Kaku starts to get really concerned, and frankly, it should concern all of us, too. You see, the moon isn't just some pretty decoration in our night sky. It's actually the reason life exists on Earth at all. Without the moon, our planet would be spinning wildly through space like a broken top. Earth would be tilting and wobbling so much that we'd have extreme seasons that would make life impossible. One day, the North Pole might be pointing toward the sun, making it incredibly hot. A few months later, it might be pointing away, plunging us into a deadly ice age. The moon acts like a giant stabilizer, keeping Earth steady and calm. It's like having a really good friend who always keeps you balanced when you start to lose control. But here's the scary part that Dr. Kaku warns us about. As the moon continues to move away from us, it's slowly losing its ability to keep Earth stable. We're talking about something that will happen over millions and millions of years. So don't panic and start building a bunker in your backyard. But still, it means that Earth's future is tied directly to the moon's journey through space. Now, let's talk about something that will absolutely blow your mind. Dr. Kaku explains that the moon is actually hollow, or at least much more hollow than it should be. When scientists first started studying the moon seriously, they expected it to be solid rock all the way through, just like most other objects in space. But when they sent equipment to crash into the moon's surface during the Apollo missions, something incredible happened. The moon rang like a bell, not for a few minutes, but for hours and hours. Think about this for a moment. When you drop a solid rock, it makes a quick thud sound and then goes quiet. But when you hit a hollow metal ball, it rings and vibrates for a long time. That's exactly what the moon did. Scientists were so shocked that they did the experiment multiple times, and every single time, the moon behaved like it was mostly empty inside. Dr. Kaku describes this as one of the most mysterious discoveries in all of space science. What could possibly make the moon hollow? Some scientists think there might be huge caves and tunnels inside the moon, maybe created by ancient lava flows. But Dr. Kaku suggests that the truth might be even more amazing than that. He points out that we've never really explored the inside of the moon, so we're basically guessing about what's in there. For all we know, there could be entire underground worlds or structures that we can't even imagine. This brings us to another shocking fact that Dr. Kaku wants everyone to know. The moon is much, much older than it should be. Most scientists used to think that the moon formed around the same time as Earth, about 4.5 billion years ago. But when astronauts brought moon rocks back to Earth, they discovered something that turned everything upside down. Some of those moon rocks are actually older than Earth itself. How is that even possible? It's like finding a piece of furniture in your house that was made before your house was built. It just doesn't make sense according to our normal understanding of how things work. Dr. Kaku explains that this discovery forced scientists to completely rethink the story of how our solar system formed. Maybe the moon didn't form from Earth at all. Maybe it came from somewhere completely different, from a part of the universe we've never seen. The more we study the moon, the more questions we have instead of answers. For example, the moon's surface is covered with a type of dust that's incredibly fine and fluffy, almost like baby powder. This dust is so fine that it took millions of years to create, which means the moon's surface has been stable for an incredibly long time. But here's the weird part. There are also areas of the moon that look brand new, as if something happened there just recently. Dr. Kaku points out that the moon has huge craters, some of them hundreds of miles wide. These craters should be filled with dust and debris after billions of years, but many of them look like they were made yesterday. It's as if the moon has two different ages at the same time. Parts of it are ancient beyond imagination, and parts of it look surprisingly young. This doesn't match what we'd expect from a normal, boring space rock. Speaking of those craters, let's talk about something that might keep you awake at night. Many of the moon's craters are perfectly round and exactly the same depth, no matter how big they are. This is completely impossible according to everything we know about how impacts work. When something crashes into a surface, the size and depth of the crater depends on how big the object was and how fast it was moving. Big objects make big, deep craters. Small objects make small, shallow craters. But on the moon, Dr. Kaku explains, we see massive craters that are surprisingly shallow and smaller craters that are surprisingly deep. It's like someone was digging holes on the moon's surface, but could only dig down to a certain level before hitting something incredibly hard. What could possibly be under the moon's surface that would stop massive space rocks from digging deeper? This is a kind of mystery that keeps scientists like Dr. Kaku wondering if we're missing something huge about the moon's true nature. Now let's talk about the moon's effects on life here on Earth, because this is where things get really personal for all of us. Dr. Kaku reminds us that the moon controls our oceans. Every day, twice a day, the moon's gravity pulls our oceans back and forth, creating the tides. This might seem normal to us, but it's actually an incredible cosmic dance that happens with perfect timing. These tides aren't just pretty to look at. They're essential for life on Earth. The tides help mix oxygen into the water. They help sea creatures reproduce, and they even help clean our shorelines. Billions of years ago, when life first started crawling out of the oceans and onto land, the tides were like a gentle escalator, helping sea creatures gradually adapt to life on shore. But Dr. Kaku warns us that as the moon moves away from Earth, these tides are going to get weaker and weaker. Eventually, in the far future, we might not have tides at all. This would completely change life in our oceans and along our coastlines. Entire ecosystems that are dependent on tides for billions of years might disappear. It's like slowly turning down the volume on a song that life on Earth has been dancing to since the very beginning. The moon also affects us in ways that might surprise you. Dr. Kaku explains that the moon's light has been guiding life on Earth for billions of years. Many animals use moonlight to navigate, to hunt, and to know when it's time to reproduce. Sea turtles use the moon's reflection on the water to find their way to the ocean when they're born. Birds use the moon to navigate during their long migrations. Even some plants open and close their flowers based on the moon cycles. Humans have always been connected to the moon too. Before we had electric lights, the full moon was like nature's flashlight, giving us light to travel and work at night. Many cultures around the world still plant their crops and plan their lives according to the moon's phases. Some people even report sleeping differently during different moon phases. Those scientists are still studying whether this is real or just imagination. Here's where Dr. Kaku's warnings become really important for our future. As we start to explore space more seriously, we're realizing that the moon might be our first stepping stone to the rest of the universe. The moon has water frozen in ice at its poles, which means we could potentially create fuel for spaceships there. The moon has no atmosphere, which makes it a perfect place to build telescopes that could see deeper into space than anything we can build on Earth. But Dr. Kaku warns us that we need to be very, very careful about how we treat the moon. If we start mining it heavily or changing its mass significantly, we could accidentally affect Earth's climate and stability. Remember, the moon is what keeps Earth stable. If we mess with the moon too much, we might be messing with our own planet's ability to support life. There's also the incredible possibility that the moon might contain resources we've never imagined. Some scientists think there might be rare metals inside the moon that are incredibly valuable. Others think there might be energy sources we haven't discovered yet. Dr. Kaku reminds us that we've only explored a tiny fraction of the moon's surface, and we've never really looked inside it at all. This brings us to one of the most exciting and terrifying possibilities that Dr. Kaku discusses. What if the moon is actually some kind of natural spaceship? I know this sounds like science fiction, but think about it for a moment. The moon is the perfect size and distance to stabilize Earth. It's hollow inside. It's older than it should be. It has resources that could support life. What if the moon didn't form naturally at all? What if it was placed in our solar system by some intelligence we can't even imagine? Dr. Kaku doesn't claim that aliens built the moon, but he does point out that the moon has so many unusual characteristics that we can't explain with our current science. He reminds us that throughout history, things that seemed impossible or mysterious eventually had scientific explanations that were even more incredible than the myths people used to believe. For example, people used to think thunder was the sound of angry gods. Now we know it's the sound of lightning superheating the air so quickly that it creates a sonic boom. People used to think diseases were caused by bad air. Now we know about bacteria and viruses. What if the moon's mysteries will eventually have explanations that are more amazing than anything we can currently imagine? The important thing, according to Dr. Kaku, is that we need to study the moon much more carefully. We need to send more missions there, not just to explore the surface, but to understand what's inside. We need to figure out how the moon really formed and why it has so many unusual characteristics. Most importantly, we need to understand the moon's role in Earth's future, because our planet's destiny is tied to this mysterious object in the sky. As we wrap up this incredible journey through the moon's mysteries, let me leave you with one final thought that Dr. Kaku wants all of us to remember. The moon has been watching over Earth for billions of years, silently protecting our planet and making life possible. It has guided evolution, controlled our climate, and inspired human imagination since we first looked up at the night sky. But the moon is also slowly leaving us, drifting away into space inch by inch, year by year. In some ways, this makes every night we can look up and see the moon special. We're living during a brief moment in cosmic history when Earth has this perfect, mysterious companion. Billions of years from now, the moon will be much smaller in the sky, and incredible cosmic coincidences that make life on Earth possible will be just memories. Dr. Kaku's warnings about the moon aren't meant to scare us, but to inspire us. The moon is a reminder that our universe is full of mysteries we're only beginning to understand. It's a challenge to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. And maybe most importantly, it's a reminder that Earth and everything on it, including all of us, are part of an incredible cosmic story that's still being written. The next time you look up at the moon, remember that you're not just seeing a simple rock in space. You're seeing one of the universe's greatest mysteries, a celestial puzzle that has been protecting and guiding our planet for billions of years. You're seeing something that challenges everything we thought we knew about how planets and moons should behave. And you're seeing a reminder that the universe is far stranger, far more beautiful, and far more interconnected than we ever imagined. If this incredible journey through the moon's mysteries has opened your eyes to the wonders of our universe, then I've got a favor to ask. Hit that like button if you enjoyed learning about these cosmic secrets with me. Share this video with your friends and family, because everyone deserves to know the truth about our mysterious moon. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, because we're just getting started on this amazing adventure through the cosmos. There are so many more incredible discoveries and mind-blowing mysteries waiting for us to explore together. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we uncover next.